So this is one of two videos that actually got removed from my channel a while back on the H&R Gamester. And I edited these videos to put them back on YouTube because, well, they were extremely popular at the time, some of my more popular videos, and of course the channel took a hit because of that. But understand, some of the information I give you on the gun here, it's out of date from my knowledge. I have since been contacted by someone who knows a little bit more about these guns than me, and he corrected some of the information I give. So take it with a grain of salt what I say here, and it's corrected in some future videos. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Gunsmith Special segment, where we take a Gunsmith Special, a broken gun, and try to bring it back to life. And well, I did an disassembly video on this gun here quite a while back because, well, this gun doesn't exactly have much information on it. This is the Harrington and Richards Model 348 Gamester. This is a bolt action 16 gauge. And well, like I said, parts availability for this thing is almost non-existent. A schematic I still have not found. But I was able to find a few parts, so figured now would be a good time to start working on this thing. And honestly, I have to say I'm surprised at the amount of people that took an interest in this, because you look up a video online, there's pretty much none. It's non-existent. So I'm trying to give what information I can, and unfortunately with this gun, this is probably the worst example of one just because of how damaged this gun is to begin with. But without further ado, we're going to get into it. We're going to try to fix this thing up. Alright, so here we are. Back to the disassembly of this thing, which I did quite a while back, but we're going to go over it real quick again. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it. But here's your main takedown bolt with an extrusion plate, I think is how you say that. It is a long word, but it captures the bolt so the bolt can't leave. Unfortunately, this one is coming out. It's a little bitty nails that hold this thing in. So while we're doing it, we're going to fix that too. Set the stock to the side. Here we are. We're going to pull the bolt out, and to do that, you got this little set screw on the back. Now again, this gun was sold in the Sears catalog years ago. And it actually was recalled because of this screw. Because when you lose this screw, apparently you're able to hit yourself in the face with this bolt when you slide it back, because nothing stops it. So there we are. There's our bolt. And that's going to be a first stop. Okay. Pull this stuff apart. We'll set these parts to the side for now. One of the many problems with this gun was a broken firing pin. Well, we've got a new firing pin assembly, and I hope that is everything I need now that I look at it. But we're going to find out. I'm going to break this thing down real quick, which it's just one little bitty pin, and this whole part slides off, and this will slide out. So let's set up and do that. Okay, you're a little shaky right now, but it'll be all right. So, got the bolt in the vise. You can see the hole right up here. See if I can get a better angle on that hole. There it is. Right in there. And we're just going to kind of drive this thing out. I don't have a punch the right size, but I did find this little Dremel bit that fits down in there. Oh, that was actually easier than I thought. It just pushed right out. Huh. Let's see if that'll come back out. Okay, it came out. There's the other one for kind of as an example. I'll move y'all again. But yeah. So yeah, that thing got pretty damaged. Okay, so this is going to be quite interesting. And in fact, let me move you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm about to shoot this thing across the room, getting this firing pin out. So, what's going on here is you've got the spring, this little locking piece here, all held together in tension. This spring and all has to be pulled back, and then there is a little lock ring underneath here that has to be taken off. So yeah, it is about to get fun. So what I'm going to do, tighten it in the vise, push the whole thing, and right there, you can see the little lock ring on there. I have to get that off without letting go of this, so this may be very interesting. Let me reset you guys up. Again, I'm learning as I go what needs to happen to this gun, because there is nothing. There's no video, nothing to explain how this thing comes apart. Thinking this pair of pliers will probably do me a little bit more good. Same time. That's what I didn't want to happen. So, the firing pin comes out now, but I of course lost the parts. I gotta go find them now. Okay, so let's get to a corner of the table real quick and talk about what we accomplished and didn't accomplish, huh? So, I know in that video it was kind of hard to see exactly what I did, but here's our old firing pin. Our old firing pin was in like so. It had this spring on it, which I'm not going to have on right now. It had this little cap holding the spring in place, and a little bitty lock washer type lock ring right in this groove right here. And that's what all that I was trying to do, compress the spring and pop that lock ring off. And just as I knew was going to happen, when it gave, it gave. Unfortunately, this is 40 to 60-year-old parts here. They're stuck on each other. They haven't moved in a long time. Kind of stuff happens. I luckily found this little piece, this little ring. This little cap ring. But the lock ring, I will have to make one. I'll show you guys how to make one in a little while here. Whew, that actually took a lot longer and was a lot harder than I thought. But anyway, looking at our old firing pin, this thing's got quite a curve in it. Don't exactly know why, don't know what happened to it, but it does. The new firing pin is an actual firing pin. It has a firing pin on the end of it. It's straight. It does have some rust on it because, again, these parts have not been made in years. In fact, right after I'm done with this little section of the video, I'm going to look it up again. I know it was quite a while. Alright, so I'm thinking our new firing pin's not quite fitting. It does have some rust on the edges of it and all, a little bit of pitting. Huh. It's also got some welds on it. Wow. Let's look at this. Okay, so our old firing pin looks like it pretty much screws in. Yeah, pretty much screwed in. Our new firing pin has some weld on it, which is not allowing it to go in. That's quite interesting. So this firing pin, I would be willing to bet if these are two different parts, which they're gonna be, it's pinned in, In fact, I'm going to tell you exactly what this is right now. So, this is awesome. This is amazing. So, on my old one, I drilled on this pin that holds these two pieces together. Drilled on it and drilled on it. Could not get it apart. Done all kinds of things. Couldn't get it apart. I would be willing to bet they couldn't get this pin out on this one. Whoever had this gun before, this part for this gun before, couldn't get this pin out. And their firing pin was probably broken too. So what they did, they cut it off right here and welded a new one on. I would bet money that's what happened. So this is definitely a rebuilt firing pin, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that, but anyway, little snag in the Gunsmith special here. Look, I'm gonna call it a night. See what I'm gonna do from there. I'm not exactly sure right now. I may just grind some of this weld off and use this thing. Not exactly sure yet. Gonna look at it some more, but that's awesome right there. Anyway, that's it for me for now.